Hi, and welcome to this tutorial in Codelessflow. My name is Björn, and I am one of the co-founders, and now I'm going to show you how you can really quickly set up your first API, connect it to your database, and do a quick test to validate that everything works. Okay, so first thing I need to do is I need to log into the application, and I'm going to do that by clicking the login button in the top right of the screen. Now, if you haven't already registered your account, you can pause this video and register your account and then just come back here and keep following along. When you have your account set up, you can just go ahead and you enter your email address, and I'm going to type in the password I selected, and I'm going to hit the sign in key, and we should see the dashboard being loaded. Okay, perfect. So when you see this screen, you know that you have successfully logged into the application. Okay, so now that we have successfully logged into Codelessflow, we are ready to set up our first API. So if you just come over here to the left and you click this little plus icon next to the API label, and you will get this view. Now, first thing we're going to do is we're going to name our API, and I'm just going to call it my API for the sake of this tutorial. The header section is something that you can skip along for now. We will get back to that. We need it when we test our connection. And I will add an endpoint, and for now I'm just going to call it create new user, and I will select the method I need, and I need a get method, and I'm just going to go ahead and use the suggested path for this. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to connect to our database. So go ahead and click the connect database icon, and you will see this modal popping up. Now here you need to enter your information for your connection, and I will go ahead and I will do that right now. So I'm going to enter the host name and the username. I will also enter my password, and if you are wondering why I'm mumbling, it's because I'm copying and pasting this from somewhere else, because I can't possibly remember these things. Add your database name as well, and you are good to go. Now make sure everything looks good. Oh, sorry, not gonna go for a Postgres. This is a MySQL database, and everything looks good. So I'm just gonna hit connect. And yes, we are now connected to the codeless testing database. And below here, you can see that you have the possibility to select your tables. Now this database only have one table, so I'm going to go ahead and select that one, the customer new table, and I'm going to import this to our API setup. Okay, so everything looks good, and I have all my fields. I'm just going to select whatever fields I need, and I'm thinking for this tutorial I want the first name, the last name, and the phone number, and then go ahead and save it. Alright, so everything went good. We have now first of all set up our API, and it has been documented successfully. So what does this mean, documented successfully? I'm going to go up here and I'm going to click on my API. And you can see it here, and I will go ahead and expand it, and voila, I have everything documented. And you can see the response example here as well. Now, we need to test this to make sure that everything works. So I'm just going to go and grab this request example, and I'm gonna go over to I have an open Postman tab. I'm just gonna go over here and I'm gonna paste this part in here. Now what you also need to do is you need to skip over to the header part, and you need to add an authorization. I'm gonna switch back to the Codelessflow tab, and I'm just gonna go ahead and click on the three little dots so I get my edit API menu, and here I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna copy this authorization token, head over to Postman again, paste the value, hit send, and we should see, yeah, everything works wonderful. So here's all the data we had in that database, or the three selected fields, the first name, last name, and phone number. Everything works perfect. And what is also really nice, if you head back to Codelessflow, is that you can now go to your dashboard and you will see that first of all, yeah, we did one call, so the plan is updated. The call counter is updated in real time. You can also see the stats and active usage. So everything is updated live. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna head back to Postman, and I'm gonna resend this, and then back to Codelessflow again, and I'm gonna do a refresh, and I now have 18 API calls left, and I have 2 usages. So everything is really updated in real time as well. One more thing that I would like to show you guys is how documentation is updated in real time as well. So if you click on your API name here, and you will see it in a list, and just expand it so you can have a fresh memory of it. You have your fields, and this generates this response example. Now, if you go ahead and edit this endpoint, and I will add another field, let's add a state and province. I will also add an address, and maybe even a city. And I will save these changes. Everything works perfectly. And I will then head back to my API and I will expand it, and voila, you can see how the documentation has been updated as well. And I think that's it for this tutorial. We are doing continuous updates to our tool, so hopefully you will really enjoy working in Codelessflow. We see a really great value to this tool and how it really simplifies the handling of APIs, setting up APIs, documenting APIs, never losing that documentation. There's no more the case that a developer left the company or the documentation was never done due to something other prioritized work or whatever. You can also, and I will show you this in another tutorial, but you can also set up your organization and you can add members to your organization, so you can collaborate on your APIs and keeping all the developers who needs to know about the APIs in the same place. We will also shortly add a function that allows you to export your APIs to your own code, and not only export them, but you will also be able to export them in whatever language you prefer. So stay tuned for the next tutorial. And if you have any feedback or any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Enjoy working in Codelessflow. Thank you.